Hey up! How are we everyone? It's Paul from Denbee Honey. How are we all doing? It's been a couple of weeks since I last done a video. Me and my missus have been away for a week in the sun in Morocco. Really nice. Had a really nice time. Now I'm back now and I've not touched these bees now for a couple of weeks. Well, I've not looked at them. So what I'm doing today, I'm just coming up really to have a little weigh of the hives, heft the hives, see if they need any fondant. I'm going to go down home today after I've done all this hefting and stuff, and I'll probably make some fondant. I'll do a video of that, and I'll show it you how we put a bit of fondant together. So it's quite interesting if you've never done it before, but when you've done it a few times it gets a bit boring. So what I'm going to do now, just going to unstrap these hives. I'm just going to heft them and see how heavy they are, see what we're up to. They are out today, the bees are out. Not massive amounts of them, but they are out, they have been flying. So I thought I'd put me hood up just to make sure that I'm safe and don't get stung. So don't forget, we do the old 3 fingers trick. So if you can pick them up with 3, try 2 and try 1. This time of year, really, they should feel like they're nailed to the hive stand. There want to be a lot of stores in it. Now, I know from experience if they need any fondant yet or not. I don't think they will, but we'll have a little look. It's no problem. If they do, we'll just pour them a slab on. So 3 fingers for a start. Just about lift that. 2, not really, and then 1, definitely not. So that's quite heavy. So that one's all right. So getting a little bit fed up with me already, so I'm glad I put my suit on. Yeah, they're coming out to say, who's that noisy bugger banging on the roof? So they're all right, they're not too bad, so we're all right with that. We'll check this one. They're coming out, look. We'll check this one, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, they're all right. That one's all right. You want to be having your straps on this time of year, guys, as well. You can see them all coming out now. I'll get the camera in a minute. When I've done them, I'll come back with the camera and I'll show you. But they ain't happy. That one's really nice and heavy, that is, yeah. That's good. We're all good. We're all good in the hood. And we'll check this one. Yeah, that's plenty of weight in that one as well. Like I said, I didn't expect them to be light really this time of year. I bought these gloves, you know, from the bee show last year, and it said large on the packet. They're them Oz Armour ones. Yeah, that one feels alright. And there's some guys selling them on a stand there. So I bought 2 pairs. Didn't bother trying them on because I know I had a pair before. When I've got them out of the packet, they're blinking. I think they're like triple XL. Yeah, look, so we'll pick this camera up now and I'll show you these lot. These are coming out. They're looking at me and say, who's the bloody hell's making all that noise, look? And they're protecting their resources, which I don't blame them this time of year. See them there, look. They're saying, what's going on here, look. They're all coming out. This one there, that's me 2025 blue bought in Buckfast. The other ones of these actually are all Denbee homemade bees now. I think we're going to try and go away from buying loads of them in now and start making our own bees. We'll see what the season holds next year, and with the honey, see what sort of honey we get in, you know, weights and stuff, depending on, I know it depends on the weather as well, but we'll see, because these are all going to be homemade bees, not bought in ones, apart from that end one. So it'd be interesting to see. Right, let's get on to the next one. Here we are with the next lot. Bluebell apiary. These are flying out well as well. There's a blinking couple of leaves in front of that one. Move them out of the way, they won't like that, me, you know. Yeah, they're coming out straight away, look. Put me hood up. And my gloves on. That ticking you can hear is the quad bike engine. It's cooling down. Turned it off. And we'll start with the furthest one away. And we'll have a little look on that one. That's another tip as well, you know. If you don't know, and you're new to all of this, try not to walk in front of the hive. Always get into an habit of walking behind them. It's a good habit to get into, because you don't want to learn the hard way. Walk in front of, they're still bringing pollen in actually. I was looking at that then. But yeah, you don't want to learn the hard way and get stung walking in front of a hive. But yeah, these guys are coming in with pollen still, which is unbelievable really. Let's go and check this one for the weight. See how we're doing. Full of blinking leaves. Can't get, it's quite dirty this does under here. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, we'll go. It's all right, that is. They're in there. You can see them. Yeah, I don't like this hive here. I don't like it. I'm going to move it. When we get a cold spell, I'm going to move this rack. I'm going to put it alongside this lot. I just don't like it along there. And to be honest with you, I didn't think they'd done very well in that position. These ones done all right, like this season. But them ones there didn't seem to do very well, and I don't know why. But so I think we'll move them in line with these ones. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one's not too bad either. What I'll do is, I think we'll get the fondant all ready and then play it by ear. Another thing as well, you know, don't be frightened to give them some fondant. If you think they need some fondant, give it them. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. They're saying, oh yeah, you shouldn't feed them now, blah, blah, blah. If it feels a bit light, oh yeah, bugger. Oh, remember, bear in mind this is double. Yeah, if it feels a bit light, put some fondant on. Now what's to lose? You know, the only thing is, what you will do, if you don't feed them, you'll lose the blinking colony of bees. So you're better off being on the side of caution and put some on. I mean, I will. When we get to, I don't know, beginning of December, we'll see how heavy they are and all that, and I'll probably just put some on them anyway. Because don't forget, I can come up here any day, any time I want. It's you know, it's by our house. But some beekeepers, they might have their apiaries in a field somewhere where you're probably not going to be able to get to it for a couple of weeks. So, you know, a lot can happen in a beehive in 2 weeks. So, if you're in that situation, just put a block of fondant on. You ain't got to worry about it then. They're safe, you know, they can eat it if they want it, and they're not going to starve to death. Because the worst thing you can do, really, is let them starve. Right, let's get on the quad, and we'll go down to the next one and see what they're doing. Hopefully they're as good as these ones. And catch you in a minute. Just had this quad bike serviced. I've had to sell one of my kidneys to pay for it. It can cost me a fortune. See this here, look, put our old pumpkins here, look, and a load of apples. We'll get deer up here, so they love the apples. The muntjac deer love apples, and I don't know about if they'll eat them, but they're left over from Halloween. Right, catch you in a minute. Right, we're on the last apiary now. The residence apiary, I've called it. Just going to check the weights of these, make sure they're all right. Should be all right. And then we'll get back over home and start cutting a few fondant slabs. Righto, we're back in home now. Been up and done the bees. The last apiary I did, the residence apiary, the newt were a little bit light, and I had a quick look in there actually, which I don't like to do, because I didn't know how big that little colony was, and that's actually turned out really well. And it's really funny actually, because that nuke, that was the one that they superseded straight away. And so I moved the queen into another location, and I just left them to it. I didn't bother looking at them and all that until near the end of the season. I mean, when I looked into them at the end of the season, I was just going to unite them with another colony, and I was checking through the frames, and I started seeing some eggs in it. You know, they'd made their own queen, and so it just goes to show, doesn't it? You can do all this planning, and you try and do the right things, and sometimes it don't work. And then on the other hand, you just left them to it. I didn't know if they'd be any good or not. I went to unite them, and there's a queen in there laying eggs on all cylinders, firing all cylinders. And I've just been and had a look now, and it's stuffed with bees. It's brilliant. So, you know, that's one of the beauties about beekeeping for me. You never know what you're going to find. Every time you go in them hives, every time, there's something different. It's never going to be how you want it to be, and which is good, because it's good for you. It's good for your head. It's good for my mind anyway, and keeps me thinking. So people who see beekeepers think, oh yeah, summer's over, you can have a chill out now. Well, yeah, your inspections are finished, but you're always thinking about it, and you're always trying to decide what you're going to buy next that can help. Where are your problems? You know, your pinch points. How can we improve that? Which I have done. I've sat down this time and had a look at a couple of areas, but I'll do a video on that. We'll sum up the year a bit later on, in a few more videos time. We'll do that. Probably the end, you know, just after Christmas or something like that. Anyway, what we're going to do now, we're in the garage. Weather's a bit rough out there today. Quite cold. It looks like, I don't know about it, it looks like it's going to rain. I don't know if it's going to rain. More like it's going to snow. But what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I prep some of for the fondant. So for those that don't know, in the winter, bees collect honey and store it in their hives, but we're beekeepers and we take their honey away and use it we jar it, and we sell it as a food. You know, people like to eat it and stuff like that. So what you have to do is, when it comes to the winter time, you have to make sure that they've got enough food to see them through the winter until spring, which is easier said than done. So as I showed you in the video earlier on, we're weighing the hives to make sure they've got enough stores left to get them through the winter. And when they get lighter, the weight of the hives, we can add some food for them. It's fondant. So, you know your buns that you have at the bakers, basically, you know that white stuff you get on the top? That's it. Basically, we buy blocks of it like this. Big blocks, look. 12 and a half, I think the 12.5 kilo blocks. This one's left over from last year. And we feed them this. And they do really well with it. So what I've done, what I do is I buy, I don't know, 8 or 9 of these boxes. And then as we go through the winter, I feed them with this. Now, what we feed them in is on top of the crown board, where we usually put the syrup feeder. We use these, look. So all the lads at work, because they're a lot younger than me, they all have loads of Chinese takeaways and takeaways. So I'll say to them, lads, rather than chuck that in the bin, wash it out. Go to wash it out first. And then they bring them me back. So I've got loads. And they're absolutely bang on for feeding your bees. Because when you put them on the top, and I will do a video going forward on how I do this when we get to the hives, but when that goes on top of the crown board, your fondant in, you can see in it. You can see in it, and you can see if they're eating it or not, and you can see when it's empty. So as soon as you're getting it, as soon as they're empty, you can take one off, put a new one on. But this is how we do it, look. So let me get the camera, yeah, let me show you. So the fondant is in. It's quite a sticky job, this. Here it is, look. Quite a sticky job. We'll put it on here. Let's get rid of that for a minute. I think you can see that. Here we go, look. This is what it looks like. Proper mess, innit? So what I'll do then, see, we cut it into slabs and then just put it in top of these, in these, and that's your job. The jobs are good. And so this has gone a bit floppy, this has. We tend to slice it down there like that. It's quite easy, really. Usually it's better when it's a bit colder because it goes a bit stiffer. But this is it, look. This is a fondant. No wrong with it, look. Nice. Nice, but I don't think it's very good for an old man like me. Go straight onto the waste. So then what we do, we get the tubs, look, and fill it up. What you can do, what's easier if you can, when you get clever, cut one slice of it and just drop it in. But this is all gone a bit messy, so we're just going to do it like this. So squeeze it in like that. See, look. Squeeze it all in like that. There you go. And put a bit more in. I'll keep like that. Yeah, look. All in there. Nice. Job's a good one. Put the lid on. I'll tell you what I do as well. I've got a clean bucket of soapy water here. And what I do, I keep it by here so I can wash my hands every now and again. Because it gets you in a right mess. If you're not careful, you end up blinking sticky stuff everywhere. So I just wipe everything down as I go on. That's it. I'm going to get the next one. I'll do one more. And I don't think you'll need to see any more. And we'll have a chat after. And same again, look. Slice it down. You like my new top, by the way? Yeah, look at this. Apis Tactical. I got this from America off Amazon. There's a guy called I can't remember what his name is now. Should know his name, shouldn't I? Really? Cayman Reynolds, I think his name. Beekeeper in America, youngish lad, and he wears them. I don't know if he's sponsored by them or what. And I thought, I like them. I like that top. You can't get them over here yet, so I managed to get one from the USA. I love it. I've got another one ordered as well. It's about 3 different colours, I think. Move this back. You can't really see me doing it, can you? I think you get 3 colours. I think there's a green, a blue and a grey. And I've ordered another one. So that's it. Put that in there like that. Put the lid on. Like that. Job done. That's it, look. Job's a good one. Right, I'm going to crack on now. Got another 15 to do. We'll have a chat when I've done them. And there you go. That's them all done. Look, first batch anyway. Just do a few. They're all ready to go on the bees when we get a minute. Well, when they need it. There's a good few there. Now, what we're going to do now? What we're going to do is, I've got a load of honey warming in my DIY warming cabinet. I'll show you actually. I do want to buy and treat myself to a warming cabinet, but I'll show you this and it'll make you laugh, because you don't have to spend a lot of money to make yourself a warming cabinet. I made my own. So let me just turn the camera around. Here it is, look. It's an old washing machine, right? I've ripped all the insides out of the washing machine. I've even kept the door on, and I've got a heating element in there. And there's my honey, look, warming up in the cabinet for later. And here's the control. See that control there? Just set it 35 degrees at the moment, so I'm just warming it up, just to make it a little bit runnier so I can jar it better. But that's all you need to do with a warming cabinet. You don't have to pay a lot of money out for them. You can make your own. You only got to go, just go on the internet, Google it, and there's loads of ideas out there. Ideally, if you can get one of them, like a tall fridge that the catering use, that's bust, and with the front, you know, the clear front glass door. Get one of them, and then put your bulbs in with your thermostat control and all that on. They're perfect. And they chucked one out at work, and I really wish I'd have asked if I could have it, and I didn't, and it got scrapped. Just got chucked in the bin. I'm gutted about that, really, because that would have been perfect. But I will buy one. I'm going to buy, treat myself to a proper one. Now Denbee is sort of building up, you know, we're getting a little bit of extra cash to pump back into the business, and I'll probably buy a proper one, you know, a proper tall one. I'm looking at a few manufacturers. I mean, not decided yet though, but that'll probably be the way going forward. Yeah, so here's my young apprentice, Daniel, just bringing me a cup of tea in the workshop. So we're done now. We've done we've packed all the fondant up. Look, done a great job of that. Pleased with that. It's one of them jobs takes for ages. Now what we've got to do, like I just showed you in that warming cabinet, I'm going to take the honey out. Now, a cup of tea first. I'm going to take the honey out, and then I've got a jar up. I think I've got about 100 jars to get jarred up, because we've started to do a couple of Christmas craft markets now. Not done them before. It's all new to us. So we're getting some stuff printed out and all that for our company. I'll show you one of the what we've had delivered today. I'm really impressed with it. It's just there. I'll show you now. It's really good. And we've got some flyers coming, some business cards, and a couple of bits and bobs like that. We've bought some nice bags as well, little hand brown paper bags, and we've made a stamp with Denbee honey on. So if anybody wants a bag to take away the honey and stuff, they can. And also we've started doing candles now as well, which is, I might do a video on candles actually, how we do it. I'm quite, in all honesty, I'm quite enjoying it. You know, and if you'd have asked me 4 years ago, would you be making candles, I'd have just laughed at you, I think. But it's really good, and you get a mould, and it's really interesting. I will probably do a video on that. It's a good idea. and they look really cool, and we'll sell that. But beeswax is it's amazing, really, that how they make that, how they can make a wax as well, and it's real. It's a real valuable resource for them. It's their like, it's what they build stuff with. That's what they're building their houses with, the bees. And it's really good stuff, and the candles. And you want to see it, the wax is beautiful yellow colour. Well, you seen that picture, didn't you? It's not, that picture is a true picture. It's not been like played around with, say it looks more yellow. That's the colour of it. It's fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to go now, drink my cup of tea, and crack on with the jarring, and then I've got to do the labelling, which is a bit of a, it gets a bit of a, it's all, you have to do it all by hand. It takes ages. You can get a machine. It's called a labelroo, I think. Labelroo, I think it's called, like a little manual machine. But I've just heard that they stopped making them now. So if you've got one and you want to sell it, let me know, because I might be interested in buying one. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Oh, don't forget, please go and have a look on our website. You can buy all our stuff on there. It's doing quite well now. And we've got the soft set honey on there as well now. That's been put on. And other things will be put on the website as and when. We're doing 4-ounce jars as well, and the candles will go on there, and a couple of other little things we're doing as well. So thanks for watching. Please go and see the website, and we'll catch you up on the next one. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.